guys, welcome back to part 6 of my YouTube mini-series on my Travels Notebook, my Branson trip. And this is my final installment of this series. So I'm doing my last couple of pages here. And what I'm doing is I'm basically taking this bag here that I got from Dick's 5 and 10. It's a little cute store in downtown Branson. And I'm incorporating that into my Traveler's Notebook here with just some of the washi tape that I've been using throughout this part of the album. It's just from Bella Boulevard, and it is this cloud washi, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite washis I have in my stash, and I really like the contrast of the blue and white clouds with the red and black on the bag. So I'm just going to be taping this in here on both sides, and while I am doing that, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on my little mini series, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I've gotten a lot of good feedback for it, so hopefully I will have more of these in the future. Each time I do a little mini vacation and things like that, or even a longer vacation, I would like to keep doing something like this in my Traveler's Notebook, so stay tuned. I don't have any more vacations planned for a little bit, but if I do have any kind of longer weekend or vacation trip, I plan on doing more of these. So as I come up with those, I will definitely be posting them on my YouTube channel. And if you guys have any questions about anything I've done in the series, please make sure you let me know in the information bar below or the comment section below, and I can get back with you. I also, while I'm doing this, wanted to give you a little information. I do have a blog. I just started a new blog, and the information is in the links below. So if you guys are interested in looking at that, please stop over. Let me know what you guys think about the blog. I had not kept a blog for quite some time. It just wasn't something that I just felt like I had the time for, but I've noticed that some people do like seeing the information in a blog form, so I decided to start one up again. So any kind of feedback that you guys have would be greatly appreciated. And I also have links to my social media, my Instagram and my Facebook page and things like that. So if you guys are interested in joining me over at any of those, you can see those in the link below. And for all of my subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me on something a little bit different than what I typically do on my YouTube channel. So I really appreciate all my current subscribers and any of my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I really am grateful for you guys watching, and I do this because you guys enjoy it. So anytime I feel like you guys are going to have a good time watching these, I definitely want to post them. So if you have not already subscribed, please do that in the description section below. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you guys enjoy these videos, and then I will get more airtime or playtime on the suggested videos and things like that. So I really appreciate that as well. Anyway, enough of all of that. I want to get back to this layout. Basically what I did was I glued down one of my photos, and I added a tab, and I added Dick's 5 and 10 on that tab with my typewriter. And now I didn't really like the background page of this, or this side of this page, so I'm going to cover it up with this cute little mushroom paper. It's from the same paper pad that I've been using throughout the album, and I just rounded the corners because the album pages are a bit round, so I used the 1/4 end size of my side of my crocodile my corner chomper to corner round the paper. So I already mounted my photo on this red paper, and I'm going to put it at the top. It's a picture of my daughter sitting on one of those old-fashioned little horsey rides that you put like a 1/4 in, and then they ride. So she thought that was kind of fun. She's a bit old for that, but she enjoyed it a lot, and it was cute just goofing around with her. So now I'm contemplating using more of this bag that I used earlier in my spread, but I end up not really liking it. So I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction. That photo on the right hand side that I glued on that bag is a picture of my daughter with one of those penny smashers where you put the penny and then you add 2 quarters and it smashes your penny and it puts the information about where you're at. So we like to do those. That's something we do collect. So she did that at the Dick's 5 and 10. If you guys ever get down to downtown Branson, I highly recommend going to Dick's 5 and 10. It's like going back in time. It's a really cool place, and it's a lot of fun, and it gets you a lot of fun penny candy and different things like that. So if you're ever out there, I would definitely say that you should stop there. So now I am taking these 2 photos. One is of my daughter and my mom, and another one is me and my daughter, and it's at a fountain at Branson Landing. This is where all like the fun shops and things are. So if you guys are ever out there as well, I would recommend going there. They're fun shops and kind of outlet, discounting kind of places, and some other shops that you don't normally see around. And so we always get a picture pretty much by this fountain because it's just pretty and it's a good photo op. So I am taking these fussy cut flowers and leaves and such that I pulled off of the paper pad, and I'm just trying to figure out where they're all going to fit in here. So I have some of the flowers, I have some leaves, I have some of these little, I don't know, they look kind of almost like feathers that I'm just going to add around, and I'm going to play with it a bit until I find the layout that I like, and then I'll start gluing things down here in just a little bit. One of my favorite things to do with these paper pads, especially in these mini albums, is to fussy cut the shapes. So if I can find a paper pad that has some really fun things to cut out, then I don't have to buy die cut packs and things like that. I can use what I have, and it makes it nice when you're doing these traveler's notebooks and doing them on the road while you're out. That way you don't have to have a lot of extra stuff. You just bring your paper pad, trim out or fussy cut out your shapes, and then you can use those as embellishments on the page. So now I'm just gluing this down with my liquid adhesive. This is just my fine liner bottle, and I have Scotch Quick Dry in it, which I think they call tacky glue now, but Scotch tacky glue. Same thing, it's just a white glue that dries clear, and it dries pretty quickly, and that's what I like about it, and it goes really well on this fine line bottle. I've heard some people had issues with glue clogging up their fine line bottle or not coming out, like they have to push really hard, and I don't seem to have any problems with this Scotch adhesive. So I do recommend it with the yellow nozzled bottle. It's a little bit more open gauge of a needle, and it works a little bit better than maybe the blue bottle, which has a little bit smaller gauge needle. And it's not really a needle, but like the tube, the gauge of the tube. So now I'm going to add a little bit more flowers here in the top right. I thought it was looking a little bland up there, so I added the little birdie and some flowers, and I really like how that turned out. So next I am going to work on this picture here, trying to figure out where I can tuck in a few more pieces just to kind of bring the two pages together. Even though the bag is there in the middle, I did kind of want the die cut flowers and stuff, or the fussy cut flowers, over here. So I did feel like this picture was floating a bit, so I'm just taking more of my washi tape that I've been using throughout the album, and I'm going to use that at kind of an anchoring piece where I can put those flowers right there. And I think that ends up looking really good. And then I add this little birdie too. And the little birds and the critters and stuff are so cute in this paper pad. So now I think I'm going to go over to my first page on this side, and I'm going to, oh no, I lied. I will tell you about that in a second. I'm going to mount my photo here on some of this red paper that matches the red in the paper of the mushrooms. I put a little bit of washi tape down there so it looked like it was anchored down and not floating around. I'm adding the little camera image that I've used throughout the little album here, and then I'm going to add this "Let's be amazing," I believe it says. Oh no, sorry, "Let's be adventurers." So I thought that was kind of funny because she's riding a horse, and you know, riding a horse is adventurous, even though it is a little mechanical one. I thought that was cute and it was appropriate. So I was going to journal here, but I decided that I wanted to add some of a title. So I'm going to take these letters here, they're stamps, and stamp out Branson Landing. I use this at the beginning of the album, but I use the solid letters, and I am going to be using the outline letters this time. And I'm just using this chalk ink you'll see here in just a second. It's kind of a burnt reddish brownish color. And I'm just going to ink them up, and by the magic of video you'll see it all done here, and I really like how that turned out. I like the color, and it works well with the red that's already on the page. So now I'm going to journal, and that will go by really quick because I didn't want to have you watch all of that. And now my journaling's done. So I'm going to go back over here on the right hand side of the page, and all I'm going to be doing is measuring out a little square or rectangle piece of paper, and then I'm going to do my journaling on my typewriter and then glue it to the page. I'm going to type it on vellum, I believe, if I remember correctly, or maybe I type it straight onto the cardstock. Either way, I'm going to type it with my typewriter. I'm going to put some staples in it, kind of like a faux staple, because I did something very similar on one of the first pages of the album, and I did that, and that's it. So here I'm just showing you a quick overview of the entire album and the little flip pockets and things. I'm going to have some close-ups of the page I just did here in a second. If you guys have any question, like I said earlier in the video, please leave them below, and I really hope you enjoyed this series. And pretty much, let's see, next I think I'm going to be having some more Project Life up. So I think I'm actually on 2017 now finally, so you'll be seeing that here really soon. So thank you guys again. I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.